Welcome back, everybody. Another week, another build. This week we're going to be sticking with Lego, and this one has been sitting in my closet for a while. Another gift from my son. I guess I can't complain when your kids for your birthday are getting you Lego sets. Not the worst thing in the world. Last week we went ahead and built the McLaren Formula E car. That was pretty good. It was better than I expected. It has the rollback capability. It was pretty solidly filled in for a Technic set, so I was happy about that. Wish I had a little race car character to go with it. That would have been really cool. But overall, it was a good experience and didn't take too long. This week, it's going to be another speed champion, and the hint we dropped in the last video was this. And if you're able to guess it just off of that picture there, congrats. You're more of a car enthusiast than I am, because I wouldn't have been able to. Maybe I'd have been able to research that rim, but in the picture you could see a little bit of the name of the brand, which was Lamborghini. So without further delay, let's see what we're building today. Upside down, but it is the Lamborghini Vision GT. You can find this obviously with the GT. You got the Gran Turismo insignia on the box. I do play Gran Turismo. I have it on the PS5. I do not have near enough credits to get this or any of the Vision cars, because as soon as I build up any credits in it, I instantly go to the used car shop and buy up all my JDM dreams. Pretty much my Evos, my Skylines, and some of the quirkier cars out there. So usually I never have enough to get the really nice stuff like this. But my son, like I said, my son got this for me for my birthday. I've been waiting to build it. What better time than now? And this one shouldn't take too long. It's only 230 pieces, so it's a lot less pieces than the F40. And definitely less pieces than the McLaren Formula E car. But overall, looking forward to building it. It looks like it'll be a little bit of a smaller car. Can't wait to see how it turns out, especially compared to the pictures you see online. Now the back of the box, of course, we got our rear view of the car, the overhead, and then the actual car sitting there. Pretty awesome. With all the kind of sharp designs on this, it probably is going to work well with the Lego version. It won't be too far off of what the concept and real car looks like. But let's break this box apart. So we have the box broken open and only 2 bags, which you'd expect, 230 pieces. Not many pieces in here for a Lego set, but we got our nice book, which is great compared to some groups right there. About 84 pages, not too bad of a build, but for the love of stickers, man, come on. Really, on this set, this many stickers? When this fell out of the box, I had to look twice. I'm like, there's no way there's this many stickers on this card. It doesn't even look like it has that many on there, but we have it. So I'm curious how the pieces are going to align, because as you can see, I'm guessing this is going to run along a fender somewhere on the car. 2 separate pieces. How flush am I going to be able to get this? It's going to be a testament to my skill to get this stuff to actually flow nicely, I'm sure. And man, that's a lot of stickers. That's a lot of stickers for this set, okay? For those who love putting stickers on, that's great. But man, you can see where half of my time on this build is going to go. So without further delay, let's build. bag 1 is finally done. Not too bad at all. Took about 18 minutes, 48 seconds. Pretty straightforward build. When you build the front section of the vehicle with these gray pieces here, it gets a little janky, kind of falls apart on you. But by the end of the build, everything's nice and secure. That's usually what Lego does sometimes. And then we also have these front pieces here, which will eventually be, I believe, part of the headlights on this crazy car. And you kind of have your own creative, how do you want to put it on here, because Lego shows it at an angle, but who knows what angle that actually is. So when I put more of the car together, I'll just adjust it. That way the headlights are kind of aligned a little better. There were only 2 stickers in this for the side here for the number 63. So that means this next bag, bag 2, is going to have 25 stickers to put on, which I am not looking forward to. And of course, we have Mindy here. Yes, Mindy, that's the name I gave her. She's overlooking the build of her super exotic Lamborghini Vision GT. And I don't know, do they actually give names to these characters internally at Lego? Or is there a bank out there of names given to figurines, minifigurines that go with these vehicles? I don't know, I never looked into it. If you know, drop it in the comments, but Mindy was the first name that came to mind. She's waiting for her Lambo to be built. Overall, like I said, not too bad, pretty straightforward. Not looking forward to 25 more stickers on the next bag, but do what you gotta do, and let's build. Before we get into bag 2, this is the first set that I've had where the tires were already preset on the rim. Not gonna hate it, don't mind it. Saves you a couple minutes trying to pop on, make sure they're all aligned. I do like that concept. I'm not sure if it's just for this set because the tires are so low profile on this, they're worried about people tearing them or breaking them while trying to install on the rim. Not sure, but I like it. Now, let's get to building. Step 58 on this, and apparently they're implying that Lamborghini owners are killers of some sort, because we're about to install a black hatchet in our Lamborghini Vision. I'm sure it'll be used as some kind of diffuser on the back, it looks like, but interesting that they're repurposing a hatchet. What set has a hatchet in Lego, by the way? Let me know. Step 66. Lego, we need to have a talk. You really couldn't print these little tiny red stickers on here. I mean, we have pieces like this that the stripes printed on. We have other pieces with the blue printed on, or even the bottom here, bottom one that has the black line printed on. I don't understand why we can't have this put on. Obviously I didn't center it because it is such a tiny little thin sticker that it does not want to go where you want to put it. And I wish Lego, you could have just printed it on these two pieces. I know it's just two stickers, I shouldn't complain about it, but please next time, for stickers like this small and delicate, could we just print them on the pieces? I appreciate it. Thank you from the bottom of my heart on that one. There we have it. The Lamborghini Vision GT is finally complete. Bag 2, almost 34 minutes to do, with an overall time of almost 53 minutes. For 230 pieces, that was actually longer than I expected for a build. And bag 2 was the real drain on time, because as you can see from the top, with the exception of the canopy right here, that's all stickers you get to have the pleasure of putting on. Now some of them do have it where it's a piece by itself, you put the sticker on. Other times it's after you built things and then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, throw in a few stickers right here. Yep, you're good. And I prefer to have the pieces independent of the actual assembly. It makes it easier for me to angle it a little better and apply them a little better. I did do good with this. We got the fenders about as flush as we could get. And of course we have the back with the taillights that I commented on with those little red strips you had to throw in there. They're off because my fingers were just too big trying to apply that little tiny sticker, so that's the best I can get out of it. Overall, this is probably a 4 in difficulty, which for me is high on a Speed Series champion. The F40 was a great build, felt great. It was just fun putting it together. This was not as fun to put together. I like the end result. Looks crazy, looks insane. That's what Lamborghini does best. But so many of these pieces are held on with little clips. One piece here hanging off. This back diffuser, exhaust, whatever you want to call it on this car, that's held on and can easily be knocked off. You could almost say blooper clips of me trying to do this ending. They fell off several times while I was just rotating the car. So things are very sensitive on this car. Also, as you can see, Mindy gets full-time AC as she's flying down the interstate in her Lambo. And that's because, like we saw in that 40, when the hair is on, you can't close it. she doesn't fit. She either has to be bald or wear a helmet. There's no problem with that. But Mindy likes her new hairdo. She wants to drive around in her Lambo, and she should be able to fit in there. And that's something I noticed with Speed Series. And it's not just the girls with their hairdos as well. The minifigs with the guys, especially on the older Italian sets, they weren't fitting in the Ferrari. They weren't fitting in any of the cars because they had a nice little swirl, a nice good hairdo, much better than mine. And the top of the roof was just smashing their head in. And they weren't fitting at all. I'd have to pluck off the hairdo, throw on a helmet, or leave them bald, and that was the best they got. So I wish Lego would just account for the hairdo, because they make some cool hairdos for the minifigs, and it'd be nice if they could wear them while cruising around in their car. This is definitely a sticker-heavy set. If you like stickers, you'll like this one. But I like I said, like the end result. Did not enjoy the build as much. But not all of them are going to be amazing builds, amazing looks. You know, we're going to get to those in the future. I'm sure there's going to be future sets where I'm like, this was bad. Can't really see it because it's kind of cut off, but that ghost shell, that was an awful building experience, and you can see it in the other video I posted on that. End result, great. Build experience, horrible. But this one, I love Speed Champions, but this wasn't one of my favorite builds. But pretty cool looking though, very futuristic. As for our next video, we'll go ahead and drop the hint now. And another note on our next build, it's going to be a lot bigger one. We're stepping away from Speed Champions and we're going to start another group too. So we're going to see how that set goes together. Hopefully good. It was ordered through Blue Bricks, but was not a Blue Bricks set. So don't know what to expect from it. I'm looking forward to it because it's one of my favorite brands of all time. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, comment. Did you build this? Did you enjoy it? Let me know. Maybe there's something I missed about it. If you have any comments on this or Speed Champions or other sets you would like to see, throw it down there. Hit me up on Instagram. Let me know your thoughts. The followers on Instagram are growing every day. Throw your input. You got a cool build, you'd like to see it represented on my Instagram page, throw it up there. I'll represent you. Why not? We're a great community. And I'll catch you all next week.